ഡിയർ വ്യൂവേഴ്സ്, എൻ്റെ പേര് രമ്യ രതീഷ്, നോൺ വൊക്കേഷണൽ ടീച്ചർ ഇൻ ജനറൽ ഫൗണ്ടേഷൻ കോഴ്സിൻ്റെ പാർട്ട് 2 വീഡിയോയാണിത്. വീഡിയോ ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടുവെങ്കിൽ ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യാനും ഷെയർ ചെയ്യാനും കമൻറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനും മറക്കരുതേ. ഒക്ടോബർ 4 ശേഷം HST കൊമേഴ്സിൻ്റെ ക്ലാസ്സുകൾ അപ്ലോഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നതായിരിക്കും. ലിക്വിഡിറ്റി പ്രിഫറൻസ് തിയറി. ലിക്വിഡിറ്റി പ്രിഫറൻസ് മീൻസ് ടെൻഡൻസി ടു കീപ് മണി ഇൻ ഒറിജിനൽ ഫോം. Tendency to keep money in original form is called a liquidity preference. Liquidity preference theory refers to money demanded as measured through liquidity. Money demanded as measured through liquidity. It is propounded by John Maynard Keynes in his book The General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money in 1936. വളരെ ഫേമസ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ബുക്കാണ് ജനറൽ തിയറി ഓഫ് എംപ്ലോയ്മെൻറ്റ്, ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് മണി. കെയ്ൻസിൻ്റെ ബുക്കാണ്. ദിസ് ഷോസ് ദി റിലേഷൻഷിപ്പ് ബിറ്റ്വീൻ ദി ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് റേറ്റ് ആൻഡ് ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഓഫ് മണി ദി പബ്ലിക് ടു വിഷ് ടു ഹോൾഡ്. ദിസ് ഷോസ് ദി റിലേഷൻഷിപ്പ് ബിറ്റ്വീൻ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് റേറ്റ് ആൻഡ് ക്വാണ്ടിറ്റി ഓഫ് മണി ദി പബ്ലിക് വിഷ് ടു ഹോൾഡ്. Motives that determine demand for liquidity. Transaction motive, precautionary motive, speculative motive. Transaction motive means it arises as people have to spend for their daily necessaries. Money spent for day-to-day expense is called a transaction motive. Next one, precautionary motive. Money need for unexpected problem called a precautionary motive. For unexpected problems. Speculative motive means people retain liquidity so that they can earn for speculative purpose. Transaction motive, precautionary motive, speculative motive. Main points of liquidity preference theory is: first one, when interest rates are high, rate would then be expected to fall and bond price will be expected to rise. So, bonds are more attractive than money when interest rates are high. ഒന്നുകൂടി നോക്കാം. When interest rates are high, bonds are more attractive than money. In other words, under the speculative motive, money demanded is negatively related to rate of interest. Under the speculative motive, money demanded is negatively related to interest rate. Features of Keynesian theory. Keynes' theory of employment based on principle of effective demand. Keynes' theory of employment based on principle of effective demand. Effective demand means the level of income where aggregate demand equal to aggregate supply. Effective demand means the level of income where aggregate demand equal to aggregate supply. Demand creates its supply. ക്ലാസിക്കൽ തിയറിയിൽ നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചത് സപ്ലൈ ക്രിയേറ്റ് ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓൺ ഡിമാൻഡ് എന്നായിരുന്നു. കെയ്നീസിയൻ തിയറിയിൽ നമ്മൾ പഠിക്കുന്നത് ഡിമാൻഡ് ക്രിയേറ്റ് ഇറ്റ്സ് സപ്ലൈ. ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളായിരിക്കും എക്സാമിന് ചോദിക്കാം. റിജിഡിറ്റീസ് ഇൻ പ്രൈസ് ആൻഡ് വേജ് റേറ്റ്. റിജിഡിറ്റീസ് ഇൻ പ്രൈസ് ആൻഡ് വേജ് റേറ്റ്. Unemployment in the economy. Government intervention. ക്ലാസിക്കൽ തിയറിയിൽ ഫുൾ എംപ്ലോയ്മെൻറ്റും നോ ഗവൺമെൻറ് ഇൻ്റർവെൻഷനും ആയിരുന്നു. അത് കെയ്നീസിയൻ തിയറിയിൽ മാറ്റമുണ്ട്. അൺഎംപ്ലോയ്മെൻറ്റ് ഇൻ ദി എക്കണോമിയും ഗവൺമെൻറ് ഇൻ്റർവെൻഷനും ആണ് ഉള്ളത്. ഷോർട്ട് റൺ അഗ്രിഗേറ്റ് സപ്ലൈ കർവ് ഈസ് ഹൊറിസോണ്ടൽ. ഓർത്തിരിക്കുക, ഷോർട്ട് റൺ അഗ്രിഗേറ്റ് സപ്ലൈ കർവ് ഈസ് ഹൊറിസോണ്ടൽ. Assumptions of Keynesian theory. Short period, closed economy, labor is only factor of production, under employment equilibrium, labor has a money illusion, money is non-neutral, money illusion. Major assumptions of Keynesian theory. Short period, closed economy, labor is only factor of production, under employment equilibrium, labor has a money illusion, money is non-neutral, money illusion are the assumptions of Keynesian theory. SLM analysis, Hicks and Hansen model, a Keynesian macroeconomic model that describes the relationship between the market for economic goods and money market. It is a Keynesian macroeconomic model that describes the relationship between the market for economic goods and money market. IS means investment and saving. It is related to goods market. In case of LM, L means liquidity preference, M money supply. It is related to money market. IS means investment and saving. LM means liquidity preference and money supply. IS related to goods market, LM related to money market. John Hicks first introduced the ISLM model in 1937. John Hicks first introduced ISLM model. Hicks and Hansen integrated both the real parameters of savings and investment and monetary parameters of supply and demand for money through ISLM analysis. Real parameters, savings and investment, monetary parameter, supply and demand. Three external variables in ISLM model: liquidity, investment, consumption. Liquidity, investment, consumption are the three external variables in ISLM model. During equilibrium stage, I equal to S, L equal to M. Investment equal to savings, liquidity preference equal to money supply. Balance of payment. Balance of payment is a summary statement in which all economic transactions between resident and the rest of the world are recorded during a particular period of time. It is a summary statement in which all economic transactions between resident and the rest of the world are recorded during a particular period of time. It includes transactions relating to visible item, invisible item, unilateral transfers and capital transfers. It includes visible item, invisible item, unilateral transfers and capital transfers. It is a flow concept. Inflow of foreign exchange are recorded on the credit side, outflow on the debit side. Inflow on credit side, outflow on debit side. It is a flow concept. Components of balance of payment: current account and capital account. Current account include export and imports of goods, export and imports of service, unilateral transfers to and from abroad, income receipts and payment to and from abroad, export and imports of goods, export and imports of service, unilateral transfer to and from abroad, income receipts and payment to and from abroad. Capital account include borrowings and lending to and from abroad, investment to and from abroad, change in foreign exchange reserve. Borrowings and lending to and from abroad, investment to and from abroad, change in foreign exchange reserve. Employment. It is a situation where a person actively searches for employment but it is unable to find work. It is a situation where a person actively searches for employment but is unable to find work. Major type of unemployment include voluntary unemployment. People are unwilling to work at the prevailing wage rate, called voluntary unemployment. People are unwilling to work at a prevailing wage rate is called voluntary unemployment. Frictional unemployment, a temporary phenomenon which result from the work which are temporary out of work while changing jobs. Frictional unemployment is a temporary phenomenon which result from workers which are temporarily out of work while changing job. Structural unemployment, a mismatch between people and job. It is a mismatch between people and job is called a structural unemployment. Next one, cyclical unemployment. Unemployment associate with business cycle. Unemployment associate with the business cycle is called a cyclical unemployment. Discussed unemployment. Discussed unemployment is a situation more people employed in a particular sector than necessary. It is a situation more people employed in a particular sector than necessary. It is called a discussed unemployment. Open unemployment. Open unemployment refers to a situation where people are willing to work but are not work due to non-availability of work. Open unemployment means it is a situation where people are willing to work but are not work due to non-availability of work. Last one, underemployment. Underemployment is a condition in which people in labor force are employed at less than full-time or regular job or at a job inadequate with respect to their training or economic need. No regular job or part-time job. It is a condition in which people in labor force are employed at less than full-time or regular job or at a job inadequate with respect to their training or economic need.